this? Sam, get away now! We're not supposed to be here. Tommy, okay?
I was walking along the line of the River Oich. The River Oich runs down into Loch Ness. I went and I stopped and I took a photograph over it. As I looked down, there was something in the photograph.
Oh my God!
Dinosaurs have been sighted on suburban streets.
Check this out, this is so cool.
Aliens and long-extinct dinosaurs are not just a looming threat, but they are already here! And I've got the footage to prove it! Running raptors in eerie forests, legendary cryptids caught on camera, and otherworldly creatures sighted by people. Hang on for the strangest sightings of weirdest creatures that will have you on the edge. T-Rex. Now, meet T-Rex, a prehistoric creature that roamed the Earth 90 to 66 million years ago. This massive theropod had an enormous head filled with serrated teeth, powerful jaws, and towering legs, capable of taking down anything in its path. And guess what? One person in North America claimed that he had seen a T-Rex in real life. He even shared footage revealing a T-Rex with its intimidating presence, roaming through the forest as if on a hunt for prey. The sight was both thrilling and terrifying, leaving everyone questioning if dinosaurs might still walk among us. Morning dinosaur. In this next video, two dinosaurs were caught on camera on a street in Argentina at night. One seemed like it wasn't alive, while the other seemed to be mourning and calling for help. A nearby car suggested that it had run over the fallen dinosaur. These weren't large, mature creatures. They were baby dinosaurs. But the real question is, what were these dinosaurs doing here? The sight of baby dinosaurs in such a setting raises many questions about their origin and how they ended up in the urban area. Velociraptor encounter. While returning to his car from a local nature preserve, a hiker came across a pack of hunting velociraptors. Yes, real ones! And you know what? These velociraptors are among the most dangerous species on Earth. But weren't they extinct? I mean, what's going on in this world? Reports suggest that these raptors, especially the males, have appeared on the black market in Malta. However, since this area is under CIA investigation, we can't confirm these reports. Similar velociraptor sightings have occurred on the mainland. Notably, a raptor named Blue from the Jurassic World pack has apparently escaped the Lockwood Manor and is now somewhere in the American wilderness. Tourists encounter with a raptor. Now check out this story. A group of tourists ventured into a forest in Brazil, eager to explore the wildlife. To capture the nocturnal activities of the animals, they set up a camera overnight. As they reviewed the footage the next day, they were stunned by what they saw, a strange creature moving swiftly through the bushes. Turns out it was a raptor, a creature believed extinct for millions of years. With a sleek, muscular body designed for speed and a long tail for balance, its glowing eyes added to the eerie sight. Tourists and everyone who witnessed the footage were amazed by this unexpected encounter with a creature long thought to have vanished millions of years ago. Discovery at a lake. Frank came across this strange sight in a forest near Lake Itasca. First, a massive tail appeared, followed by part of the body. It looked like a sea monster lurking under the water. The creature had a huge body, and the water was splashing intensely, indicating a deadly fight going on with another sea animal. Both creatures were moving rapidly, engaging in a fierce battle, struggling for life. This footage, when it surfaced online, caused quite a stir, with people speculating that it's some kind of prehistoric monster. Well, let me tell you, I'm convinced it's some sort of sea monster hidden from our very eyes. Hidden raptors. Raptors are some of the most famous dinosaurs out there, and this video might just have captured one alive. In South Africa's forest, a live dinosaur was unexpectedly spotted by some locals. They captured footage of a long-tailed raptor darting swiftly through the dense forest before disappearing into an underground tunnel beneath the trees, which seemed to be its home. This encounter shocked everyone, making them all believe that dinosaurs exist. The sight of this baby raptor also suggests that there might be more of them in the area, possibly larger adults or its siblings. This surprising discovery has sparked interest among researchers, who are now eager to explore the forest further. Not only scientists, but dinosaur enthusiasts who believe they still exist are flocking to this area, hoping to catch a glimpse. Dino sighting in Florida. Florida is considered as a hub for huge reptiles, but no one had any idea there would be a dino sighting in this weird state. A woman reviewing her backyard security footage thought she saw a dinosaur. It wasn't a big one, but a baby dinosaur. The homeowners speculated it might have been a raptor, similar to Blue from Jurassic World. But given the quality of the video, it was hard to tell what it actually was. Later on, this footage sparked various theories, making people suggest it was a bird species known to the area. Others thought it might have been a dog with a collar and leash. While no definitive answer has been provided, it's safe to say it probably wasn't a real raptor. Considering we haven't heard news of dinosaurs rampaging through Florida, the rational explanations seem more likely. But there are still some people who believe that it was a raptor. What side are you on? Viral dinosaur hoax. China is one country that is assumed to still have dragons and dinosaurs. This viral photo from China showed a person holding what looked like a lifelike dinosaur. This sparked rumors that China had secretly cloned a dinosaur. However, this is not a real animal. It was actually a specimen from Jurassic World's 2020 exhibition, designed to look incredibly realistic for visitors to see up close and even hold. We do have some cloning technology, but cloning is a complex process, which is why they're not cloning everything in sight. Theoretically, cloning dinosaurs could be possible if we had enough DNA material. But whether this would work in reality is highly speculative. Triceratops in the park. The Triceratops, known for its impressive shield-like head and defensive horns, has always fascinated dinosaur enthusiasts. In 2020, a video emerged on the internet showing a very realistic Triceratops being brought into a park. The video quickly went viral, with over 1 million views on Twitter, initially fooling many enthusiasts with its realism. After days of speculation, it was revealed that these Triceratops were part of a holiday campaign by the forest park in Indonesia. The park featured an exhibit dedicated to extinct dinosaurs, including a Tyrannosaurus rex and Brachiosaurus. They created incredibly realistic costumes and had performers bring these ancient creatures to life. Isn't it amazing how their lifelike movements and detailed appearances look? Baryonyx sighting. Now, let's talk about the baryonyx sighting. So, there's this video floating around claiming to show a baryonyx, which apparently comes straight out of Jurassic World. The footage is all shaky and has dramatic angles. The dinosaur in the video looks about as real as a cartoon. And let's be real here, if someone actually encountered a dinosaur like that up close, they wouldn't stick around long enough to film it. I mean, if that thing spotted you, you'd be in serious trouble. Those dinosaurs aren't known for their friendliness, and if it sensed any danger, it would act fast. The Oregon Compsognathus. In Oregon, a family set traps to catch rats and rodents, but what they ended up catching was far beyond their wildest expectations. A living dinosaur! Specifically, they trapped a Compsognathus, which is a small bipedal predator from about 146 million years ago in the Jurassic period. This little dinosaur, which is known sometimes as Compy, was about 3 feet long and fiercely tried to escape its unexpected capture. Interestingly, recent fossil discoveries show that some Compies had a third, more developed finger on each hand. This suggests they were evolving to better survive in their world, showing how species can change over time through natural selection. Compy has fascinated dinosaur enthusiasts and appeared in various media due to its unique traits and behavior. Surprise at the swimming competition. During a swimming competition at a school in Virginia, an unexpected guest caught everyone's attention. As a girl filmed the event on her phone, she noticed movement near a window. Initially mistaking it for a cat, she zoomed in to get a closer look. To her surprise, it wasn't a cat at all. It was a baby gargoyle. This strange creature was unlike anything she'd ever seen. Wrapped in what seemed like clothes, it had a curious face and wings folded neatly around its small body. Despite its unusual appearance, the baby gargoyle appeared peaceful and unbothered. It looked as if it was genuinely interested in the swimming competition below. Maybe he wanted to learn how to swim. Bigfoot or something else? In 2015, deep in the heart of Siberia, a mysterious creature was captured on film, sparking curiosity and debate worldwide. The footage showed a Bigfoot or ape moving through a wooded meadow. Its movements were quick and fluid. As the footage spread, it reignited the age-old debate about Bigfoots, Yeti, and other legendary creatures. Through its unusual speed, are we really sure it's a Bigfoot? Well, just like me, some other people also argued that it couldn't be a Bigfoot, while more people saw it as undeniable proof of the creature's existence. Whether it was an undiscovered ape, a Yeti, or a real-life Bigfoot, we may never know. But it's definitely something legendary. Cryptid in dense woods. In the dense woods of Brazil, a cryptid creature was discovered. Hidden under the trunk of a hollow tree, it blended with the shadows. But if you pause and look closely, you'll realize this creature is not normal. It has a peculiar grayish hue, making it almost invisible against the bark. Its eyes were strange, and it had 2 large ears. The creature appeared to be curious, but it remained partially hidden. It only occasionally peeked out from its hiding spot. Its movements seemed slow and deliberate, almost as if it was trying to avoid detection. That hollow tree seemed to be its safe place. Encounter with the unknown. On a nighttime safari in the heart of Africa, a group of adventurous travelers went on an unforgettable journey. They navigated through the dense, shadowy wilderness. Suddenly, in the distance, a commotion scared them all. One of the travelers spotted movement among the tall grass. At first glance, it seemed like a shadow, but as they focused their gaze, a humanoid figure emerged. It started running towards them with alarming speed. This creature, with its bizarre zombie-like appearance, gave them chills. Its skin was pallid, and its limbs moved with an eerie fluidity, as if detached from any human-like coordination. As the creature got closer to them, their fear heightened. But thankfully, they made a wise decision of quickly leaving the site as soon as possible. Dallas Dragon. In Dallas, Texas, there's this really fascinating video going around. It shows what seems like a dragon peacefully gliding through the sky. At one point, it even sits on top of an electric tower. Now, let's be careful here. Texas is famous for its barbecue ribs, so maybe this dragon wants to just snatch some. Whoever has seen this video is bugging about whether this could be real or just a clever trick. But either way, it sparked a lot of debates online. Who knows, maybe dragons really do exist, or maybe someone's having some fun with special effects. Horned mystery. One mysterious night, a local spotted a really strange creature. It had a big face with horns that stood out in the dim light. The creature's eyes glowed faintly, adding to its eerie appearance. It sat perfectly still, blending in with the darkness and giving off an almost ghostly vibe. The observers could only make out its black shadow against the night sky. It was a sight that definitely made them do a double take. Alien sighting. In the depths of the forests of Thailand, a bizarre, alien-like creature was spotted moving in a weird manner, with its vibrant yellow hue and an odd-shaped head.
What is that?
The creature emerged unexpectedly from the foliage. It resembled something out of a science fiction movie rather than wildlife, with its movements suggesting it was on a mission, scanning its surroundings as if searching for something specific. The sight of this creature left observers fascinated, but also confused. Everyone was wondering about its origins and purpose in their natural habitat.
Oh, frick!
The encounter with this strange being sparked curiosity among those who witnessed it. Its alien appearance and unusual behavior were so mysterious that I just can't wrap my head around it. Mountain monster. Hills aren't for everybody, and this video will explain why. While filming in the mountains, a group of tourists stumbled upon an extraordinary sight. In the middle of the peaks was a strange creature with a peculiar face, wide mouth, and large eyes. Its black body and unusual arms made it look like it was struggling to free itself. The tourists were both fascinated and even a little scared. The creature's round, white eyes added to its mysterious charm, giving it an almost otherworldly vibe. It was a moment of pure excitement and wonder as they tried to figure out what they had just witnessed. Giant locust. This homeowner in Ohio found something really strange hanging on the door. It looked lifeless, and it was swaying gently back and forth. At first glance, it resembled a large locust. Its size was huge, and its color was gray and brown. This odd sight caught everyone's attention. Its presence gave off a creepy vibe, almost as if it posed a threat despite being motionless. It just hung there, staying suspended in that peculiar manner. Scottish cryptid. This next video will make you rethink going to Scotland on vacation. A group of hikers stumbled upon a perplexing sight back in 2018. Its body, which was gray and silver, hinted at a mysterious origin. It had wings coming from its back. However, because it was weathered and decomposed, the creature's true identity is still a mystery. The features of the cryptid were equally enigmatic. Its teeth were sharp and prominent, which suggests that it could be a predator. And if you notice closely, its ears appear unusually large. Locals were quick to speculate the creature could be a mythical gargoyle from ancient folklore, or perhaps a legendary werewolf of the Highlands. What do you think? Puerto Rico lake monster. Have you ever encountered something unknown to mankind on vacation? Well, these tourists did. In Isabela, Puerto Rico, some tourists were enjoying a serene boat ride on a lake, passing through a long, dark tunnel. As the boat emerged on the other side, something unsettling began to unfold. A large, mysterious creature started following the boat, its form barely visible beneath the water's surface. It had arms that resembled those of a human and a tail that trailed behind it, giving it an appearance similar to a mermaid. Its skin was pale, like ghostly white. The creature eventually then disappeared into the depths of the lake. Rare pet bird. This man had a pet bird that belonged to a very rare species. This bird was completely covered in feathers and had an unusually long neck, unlike typical birds. Now, that's one weird species with multicolored feathers. The man held the bird in his hand, and the bird moved its neck in a full 360-degree angle. The wild truly is strange and fascinating. The enigmatic serpent. Deep within the peaceful woods of Canada, a huge snake was found resting. Its gray scales shimmered under the sunlight, filtering through the trees. What caught everyone's eyes was the odd pink fin-like protrusion on its head, which gave it a surreal appearance more suited to a fairy tale than reality. Initially, the discoverers were frightened. They were completely convinced it was a bakunawa, a serpent dragon straight out of mythology. However, as they observed it further, fascination took hold. Mystery encounter on Florida streets. Looks like we're back in the streets of Florida. This time, people there were astonished to spot an unusual creature perched on a tree branch. This strange being had large wings, and its legs were peculiarly reminiscent of a spider's, but much larger and thicker. Its body was alien-like, with a dark, shadowy appearance under the sun, making its face indistinguishable. The creature seemed to have distinct features such as shoulders, arms, and a head resembling that of a human. It seemed as if it had come from a distant planet. After a while, to everyone's surprise, it unfurled its wings and gracefully took flight into the sky, and disappeared from sight. Troll in woods of Africa. When you are out in the woods of Africa, you are bound to find something mysterious and creepy. In Kenya, there's this peculiar creature known as a troll, which can be seen in this video. These creatures dwell among the trees, not very tall, with bald heads that have a few stray hairs. As you can see, they have slim bodies, odd noses, and large hands and feet. Their eyes are deep and wide, and they lack lips, displaying sharp, jagged teeth instead. This troll is often seen exploring the forest, likely in search of food or perhaps something else of interest. Despite their alien-like appearance, there's an air of gentleness about them. They seem content to coexist peacefully with the natural world. Their activities centered around foraging and exploring. They also blend in nicely with the surrounding because of their greenish color. UK fairy. In the UK in 2013, a curious fairy-like insect was discovered attached to a tree. This tree appeared to be its home. The insect had a tiny body, including long legs, delicate wings, and arms. Its face was minuscule, and its overall appearance was like that of a miniature creature. Perched on the tree, the fairy insect eventually took flight and showed its beautiful wings. Its green color made it seem almost magical. That same face really makes you wonder about the beauty of nature. Jungle cryptid in Australia. Ah, Australia, the land of the most bizarre wildlife creatures. In a jungle near Sydney, a cryptid creature was spotted. It looked like a large bear with thick fur, though it could also have been an ape. Its fur was black, and it initially stayed hidden behind a tree. The area was bathed in sunlight, and the creature seemed to seek refuge in the tree's shade. After some time, it emerged from its hiding spot and started moving elsewhere. The creature was quite large and impressive as it walked, heading towards an unknown destination. Octopus climbing tree. It was a large, mature red octopus with very long tentacles, seemingly stuck in the branches. It was a mystery how this marine creature had managed to climb so high. Despite being out of water, the octopus showed great strength and determination as it tried to free itself. Slowly but surely, it used its tentacles, working to extricate itself from the tree. Mysterious Brazilian crab. On September 8, 2020, a strange creature was spotted on a street in Brazil. This creature crossed the street with long, crab-like legs and an alien-like body and face. The creature moved confidently, showing no fear, and gave off an aura of danger. Its unusual appearance and fearless demeanor made it seem very menacing. After crossing the street, it continued on its way, leaving people puzzled about what it could be. Hawaiian mystery. Hawaii has seen its fair share of mysterious sightings in recent years. Back in 2021, a weird creature was spotted inside a cave. It had a green body with a distinctive, pointed head at the back and large black eyes. It was small in size, with thin legs and arms that seemed delicate. Its appearance was so unusual that it could have been mistaken for something from another world. The creature appeared to be exploring its surroundings, looking around as if unsure of its location. It was almost as if it had accidentally landed on the wrong planet. Mysterious jungle encounter. A group of friends were having a bonfire deep in the jungle. With only the firelight around them, suddenly they heard something strange nearby. They got curious and approached the spot where the noise came from. It was so dark they couldn't see much, so they decided to light up a bush near a tree. And just then, a bizarre creature emerged from behind the tree. It had an alien-like appearance, with features that were unlike anything they'd ever seen. The creature seemed oddly drawn to the fire, almost as if it was trying to interact with it or understand it. Georgia woods encounter. In the woods of North Georgia, two friends were enjoying a night of fireworks. They were lighting them up and watching them burst in the dark sky. Suddenly, a strange being rushed towards them and grabbed one of the lit fireworks and tossed it back at them. Crazy, right? It was unusual, with a combination of white and red coloring.
What the hell?
It seemed like the noise and light from their fireworks had disturbed this creature in the dark forest, so he attacked whoever was making the noise. Florida giant. Look at that, we're back in Florida. On October 6th, 2013, a couple fishing on their boat near Sanibel Island had an encounter they would never forget. They spotted an enormous creature in the shallow bay waters that resembled a 20-foot anaconda, as wide as a massive tree trunk. This creature was massive, with a body that looked like it could belong in the deepest parts of the Amazon River rather than a bay in Florida. The couple couldn't believe their eyes. They described it as incredibly thick and moving with a slow power that seemed almost unreal. Dobby at graveyard. One thing about a graveyard, you can't find another normal there. In the UK, a local there came across a very spooky sight in a graveyard. There was this tiny creature with small legs and arms, big ears, and a face that reminded people of Dobby from Harry Potter. It seemed to be peeking out from behind a grave. After a moment of hesitation, it rushed towards another one of the graves and leapt inside. How crazy is that? Bizarre creature in China. In China, an unusual creature was spotted on the ground. This creature had sharp ears, legs, and arms, along with a strange face and a chubby body. What made it even more bizarre was its glowing eyes. At first, it was crawling on all fours, but then it slowly stood up on its hind legs and started walking like a human. Nicaragua mystery. In this next video, a tourist was having fun at a picnic spot in Nicaragua. He was capturing the scenic views when he suddenly heard strange noises. He quickly grabbed his camera and recorded. It seems this creature lives up in the mountains, but occasionally ventures into more populated areas to find food. Locals have different stories about it. Some claim it's known for taking children to eat them, while others believe it's simply a different kind of primate. The video has sparked a lot of discussion and speculation, especially on Reddit. People are wondering if this creature could be real, or if there's another explanation. Cryptid of Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, a woman was being interviewed about a scene she had witnessed. As the camera crew wrapped up their filming and reviewed the footage later on, they noticed something strange in the background behind the woman. There, in the distance, was a cryptid creature floating in the air. This creature appeared out of nowhere, and they hadn't noticed it during the interview. It was flying gracefully, almost like it belonged to another world. Baby dinosaurs. On the beach in the Bahamas, a delightful sight was captured as baby dinosaurs, an herbivorous species, were seen playing joyfully. These little giants, with their long necks and numbering about 10, seemed to be exploring and relishing the sandy shores. It kinda seemed like they were on a playful adventure. I don't know, the video looks quite real to me. Humanoid creature. In the woods of New Zealand, this weird thing was spotted by tourists from Australia.
Are you taking a video?
It appeared humanoid, almost like a burnt figure, with its dark brown and black coloration. From a distance, it looked like it had all the usual features of humans: legs, arms, body, and a head. Despite its mysterious appearance and a threatening vibe, the creature stood motionless, as if frozen in time. Loch Ness of Scotland. In the waters of Scotland in 2013, some tourists spotted this strange creature.
Oh my god!
It was like nothing they'd ever seen before. It's big, bulky, and it looks like a dinosaur. This mysterious creature is jumping in and out of the water like it owns the place. And who knows, maybe it does. The creature also has a tail, and a tail-like fin, a body and neck like a dinosaur. There's no other creature out there in real life or in legends that matches this description, other than the Loch Ness Monster. Could this be the monster's rare but regular appearance in his hometown? It usually stays hidden deep underwater and hardly ever shows itself, so this is a really special moment.
Oh my god!
Chinese river mystery. There's this river in China where people often spot something strange lurking in the blurry green water. One tourist even caught a glimpse of it in footage back in 2021. It looked like a massive shadow and was giving off major monster vibes. The creature even had a big body and huge tail, kind of like those old dinosaurs called Brachiosaurus. However, there is another creature it resembles too, the legendary Loch Ness monster. Even the features eerily match: the long neck, bulky body, and a long tail. Now you must be thinking that Loch Ness is only found in Scotland, but that's just a stereotype. Their sightings have been recorded all over the world. Seneca Lake Monster.
Do you believe in the Seneca Lake Monster? Mystery or myth, monster or make-believe? The history behind this legend is long and rich.
This video is just more evidence of Scotland's legendary monster. Filmed at the Lake of Seneca, a tourist was convinced they spotted the lake monster.
All of a sudden they spotted this thing out in the water. That's later they claimed to see this creature raise its head above the water and showed off 2 rows of white sharp teeth.
Sure, the video quality isn't the best, and it's from quite a distance. But if you zoom in and pause, you can see what appears to be a creature with a long neck and a lower body resembling a dinosaur. For believers, this could be the most significant proof of the legendary creature yet. It's moments like these that keep the mystery alive and the fascination with the Loch Ness monster burning strong. Marine biologist's encounter. In this next video, we have this marine biologist moving around the waters of Scotland in a submarine, exploring the ocean depths when he suddenly came across a mysterious creature. I'm talking webbed feet, an alien-like head, and this long tail trailing behind it. It's even got fins and a scaly body. Now, I'm not sure what this creature identifies as, but it definitely isn't just a regular fish. The humanoid body makes us assume that it could be a mermaid. If a marine biologist is convinced, then there's very little room for interpretation. Decomposed legend. A decomposing carcass it surely is, but to whom this carcass belongs to, that's something no one could ever understand. A group of tourists spotted this while strolling along the boardwalk. The creature's body was ghostly white, hinting at its lifeless state. And those long, sharp teeth, they were a clear sign of its predatory nature. It's hard to pinpoint what this creature really is. Some believe it was the infamous Loch Ness monster, but others believe it was nothing but a decomposed pig. But the real question is, was it at the end of its natural lifespan? Floating Loch Ness. 2 friends were out on a cruise ship in Canada having a great time. One of them was behind the camera capturing all the fun, but they did not realize until much later the mystery that they had stumbled upon. When they were looking back at the footage later that night, one of the girls spotted something super strange floating in the water behind her friend. It was a weird black creature, and its features were very similar to that of the Loch Ness monster. It had a long body peeking out from the depths that gave off major mysterious vibes. Yes, of course, they never returned to that water ever again. Alien sighting. This guy was out near the water in Scotland, minding his own business, when he spotted this strange sea creature just chilling there. It's got this white head and these big dark eyes, looking all mysterious. And get this, it's got a tail that just seems to go on forever, like a fish. And its head totally looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, like an alien. It's giving off major Loch Ness monster vibes as well. This video has gotten everyone buzzing, making people wonder on the internet, what's the mystery behind it? Loch Ness shark. If you think there's something wrong with this shark, then you're not wrong.
Okay.
It's got the body of a regular shark with a long tail like that of the Loch Ness monster. This is an actual species of shark known as the thresher shark. It stuns its prey with a tail slap. How crazy is that? However, many on the internet believe that this is a cross species of shark and Loch Ness. Otherwise, there'd be no way a shark could have a tail like that. Its body is of blue-gray hue, with its razor-sharp teeth, keen vision, and tail slap. It's a master predator, able to snag its prey in the blink of an eye. Brazilian Loch Ness. Imagine you're hanging out with your pals by the water, having a blast. when suddenly you see something straight out of a horror movie. A weird underwater creature with not one, but two heads. This video was caught in Brazil, and the internet had been in a frenzy since it was uploaded. The footage shows this bright white thing totally standing out against the blue of the water, and it's got these crazy long tentacles for a tail, which makes it look super weird and interesting. Now, we all know that Brazil is home to some great legendary creatures, and Loch Ness might just be one of them. It's like the monster is moving, but also kinda just chilling there in the water, floating on the surface. Crazy, right? Brazilian sea predator. This next video also comes from the Brazilian coast. From the footage, we can see there is this lifeguard trying to pick up some pool floaties that drifted out to sea. But then, out of the blue, something crazy happens. This massive sea creature pops up out of nowhere. I'm talking huge, like 60 feet long. If you pause and zoom in, we can imagine that it's covered in scales and has a long neck. Could this be another sighting of the Brazilian Loch Ness monster? Some people are calling it a sea predator. Because, well, it looks pretty dangerous, doesn't it? Lake Como mystery. At Lake Como in 2016, people were out and about when suddenly they spotted an alien-looking creature just gracefully floating around in the water. Its head was all octopus-like and had these stunning colors that blend purplish pink and blue. And get this, its body was unbelievably soft to the touch.
What the hell? I don't want to get too close.
Plus, it had this long tail trailing behind it, which only added to the mystery. After some research and inquiring with the locals, everyone was convinced what they had witnessed was the Loch Ness monster in action. Michigan River encounter. Next up, I've got this guy chilling by the Michigan River, when suddenly he spots something that's like a mix between a black dolphin and a salamander. Crazy, right?
Right.
However, what made me add this entry is its sharp tail that's definitely giving off Loch Ness vibes. But there's more. As soon as the guy tossed some food near the river, this creature actually came out of the water, snatched the food, and then gracefully dove back in. Its appearance really makes it look otherworldly, but I'm open to interpretation, so share your thoughts in the comments. Croatian Loch Ness sighting. Recorded in Croatia, this video shows a Loch Ness-like creature just casually roaming beneath the rocky shore. It might not be visible at first, but if you pause the video and zoom in, you will see a very distinctive dinosaur-like creature. It's in this eerie, yellowish-white color, blending very nicely with the surrounding. It seems to be chewing, as if he's finishing off a meal he caught on land. We only know one creature that looks even remotely like a dinosaur, and it's the infamous Loch Ness. Washed ashore. In 2014, a group of geologists stumbled upon something super strange washed up on the shoreline of California. It was a 15-foot-long creature, and it seemed like it wasn't alive at all. This thing had a huge body, long legs, fins, and a crazy long tail. Its discovery sparked many controversies. While some said it was the legendary creature that's believed to inhabit the deep oceans, there was a group claiming it to be the decomposing carcass of a wild animal, probably a walrus. But the truth is up for you guys to decide. Tinmouth Haven beach encounter. So this guy was just taking a stroll along Tinmouth Haven beach, minding his own business, when he spotted something super odd in the water. It was a big black tail, just casually moving through the waves. And then, hold up, this thing starts peeking out of the water too. It disappeared beneath the waves, only to pop right back up a moment later. After taking in consideration the opinion of the public and researchers, it could strongly be concluded that this is a Loch Ness species. Lizard in the lake. Now check out this crystal clear lake. At first glance, you might think it's just a bunch of rocks scattered across the bottom, but guess what? Those rocks are actually these bizarre lizard-like creatures. They've got scaly skin, long tails, and these tiny, sharp teeth that just scream predator. And get this, they're black with brown patches all over, and they're massive, almost 20 feet long. This also gives us Loch Ness vibes, right? Well, there's a reason behind it. This species has only recently been discovered, and not much is known about them. For all we know, they could be a distant relative of Loch Ness. I mean, they've got the tail and the face to match. so it's wild to think these Loch Ness-type creatures are lurking in seas and lakes all over the place. Washed up on the beach. Deep beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean lies a world few humans have ever seen. Every now and then, mysterious creatures from these depths wash up on the shores, leaving us in shock. Recently, a creature measuring about 6 feet long was discovered. It had a striking appearance, a sharp mouth, a long tail, and a grayish-blue hue, with long fins on its head. This creature was known as a cannibal because of its predatory nature. Despite its alien-like appearance, it shares similarities with the legendary Loch Ness Monster, and it hides itself in the depths of the sea. Stormy sea. Alright, now check this out. Some fishermen were out in the open sea doing their thing, catching fish. But then, suddenly a storm hit. In the midst of all this chaos, they spotted something looming in the distance.
Oh my god!
What is that?
And let me tell you, it's no ordinary sight. This thing was a massive shadow with what looks like a long neck, a giant body, and a tail to match. At first, the fishermen could not believe their eyes, but after a while, the reality of the situation hit them. They realized it's like something out of the legend books, a Loch Ness Monster. Imagine the adrenaline rush of spotting something like that in the midst of a storm. Loch Ness out in the field. This video was recorded out in a farm field that was flooded with water, and there's something totally bizarre happening. There's this squarish creature stretching out its arms and shedding itself into the field. Yeah, you heard me right. It's like it's on a feeding frenzy, chomping down on the veggies in the field by tearing itself into tiny pieces. And guess what? What even is this thing? Some type of plant or a real-life creature? The way it just dissolves in the water is really creepy, like it's made up of tiny creatures that just dissolve in water. Nature's really full of surprises, isn't it? What do you think it is? Wormy Loch Ness. This person was chilling by the river in Argentina, just minding his own business, when suddenly he spotted something super strange. It's this creature that looks kinda like a worm, but with multiple legs. And get this, it's crawling right through the water. Its body is all flat, with these white patches standing out against its dark skin. But here's the kicker, this creature's tail and neck are ridiculously long for a worm. While it could be an unknown worm species, the comments under the video said it was a baby Loch Ness. Imagine coming across something like that by the river. Now that's what I call fascinating. Australian swamp. A group of geologists were trekking through the Australian swamp. Suddenly, they stumbled upon something that stopped them dead in their tracks. They saw a creature with its head popping up above the surface.
Working out there from the river for 24 years, and this thing had us baffled.
It has this big black head, and it seems to be on the hunt, looking for its next meal.
It's like a predator waiting to ambush its prey.
This thing's got sharp teeth and a body that stretches out a whopping 12 feet. It's like encountering a real-life Loch Ness Monster right there in the swamp. It has this deadly appearance which scares even the geologists.
It looks so weird. Is it a head, or is it a different part of the body?
This creature's also very fast, as it moves through the water swiftly. New species.
Хорошо держится. Давай, залезку. Поднимай.
A group of fishermen in Wales were out on a fishing hunt when they came across a strange creature. Check it out for yourself.
Ох ты, бля, зверюга какая.
I've never seen a fish like this before. It had this mishmash of body traits. Some parts looked like the Loch Ness Monster, while others resembled that of a lizard.
Пасть! А какая у нее морда! Гляньте, гены пальцы аж торчат.
The skin is brown and raggedy, with scales and fins. It seemed like it couldn't survive out of the water. The creature seems like it was created by some mad scientists in a lab, and then unleashed to the whole new species into the world. The only other explanation is that it's some species of the legendary Loch Ness Monster. Migrating Loch Ness. Now check out this scene. From high above the ocean, a drone captures something truly mesmerizing. A group of mysterious marine creatures is gracefully gliding through the waters below. As the footage makes its rounds online, speculation runs wild. Could it be a group of Loch Ness monsters migrating somewhere? The person who caught this was amazed by these creatures' elegant motion, noting how they seem to be swimming in harmony. If you zoom in, you can also see some of them possess long necks. Despite investigations and debates, the truth remains elusive, as some think it is dolphins. However, dolphins aren't known to have long necks. What do you think this could be? Loch Ness at the seashore. In this next video, at the seashore of Scotland, suddenly out of nowhere, a giant monstrous creature comes barreling through the stormy water and crashes into a wooden boardwalk. Just look how the thing just tears through the water and attacks the wooden structure. Now, it's got a giant fin, which would make us assume it's some sort of a shark, but sharks aren't usually that big. So, could this be an actual Loch Ness monster? These creatures are known to be humongous. Even the boardwalk falls apart as the creature whips its tail. Buckeye Lake Monster. If the last video wasn't convincing enough, this one should do the job. Here, you can clearly see a mysterious creature that is shaped like a dinosaur swimming in the Buckeye Lake in Ohio. The creature has a long body with an oddly long neck, and it seems to be swimming, looking for something. This has to be one of the clearest proofs of the Loch Ness Monster that is available on the internet. Black Sea Mystery. Back in 2023, at the Black Sea, this group of people came across some weird sea creatures with shiny black bodies and super sharp teeth. What's even creepier was that not just one, but two of them were swimming around. I mean, is there an entire species of these weird creatures living in the depths? The Black Sea is known for its surprises, but this is the first time some legendary creature like this one has been witnessed there. Internet researchers who have studied the video with great detail show that these creatures are somehow related to the famous Loch Ness Monster due to their similar features, all but the long neck. This could be a different species of Loch Ness Monster, but what do you think? Nessie's demise. Back in 1972, newspapers worldwide were abuzz with a shocking headline. The body of the Loch Ness Monster had been discovered, but sadly it wasn't alive. A team of scientists from a Yorkshire zoo on a research expedition stumbled upon the tragic find of not one, but 5 of these creatures. However, it turned out to be an elaborate prank orchestrated by one of their own colleagues, which gained far more attention than intended. Here's how it went down. A large bull elephant seal had passed away at the zoo weeks earlier. The zookeeper shaved the seal's whiskers, patted its mouth to give it a Loch Ness-like appearance, and froze the animal. Then they transported it to Loch Ness and tossed it in for their colleagues to find. It's crazy what lengths people can go to for pranks. The subscriber's pick. Throughout human history, there have been mysterious events that were eventually explained, but some continue to baffle us even with today's advanced technology. One of the most famous is the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie, reportedly sighted in Scotland in the 1930s. Some believe Nessie is a large, dinosaur-era creature lurking in the depths of Loch Ness. The iconic 1934 photograph, often called the surgeon's photograph, is considered the earliest photographic evidence of Nessie's existence, having been studied for years by several people. The image still remains a mystery, but many believe it's the absolute truth that authorities have been trying to hide.